Now this is what I'm talking about.
The mainstream media don't want you to know that Italy are fighting back by refusing to pay their bills, going on strike, and even stopping going to work. It's called the I Don't Pay movement. People are gathering in town squares and they're all burning their utility bills. People coming together like this is the only way that you truly take down corrupt governments and corporations. It's the age-old game of the rich getting richer while the poor get poorer, and the Italians aren't having it anymore. That's what the rest of us around the world need to do. We should all be taking inspiration right now from the Italians. There's a reason why this isn't on the mainstream news, because if people found out that this was working, other countries would follow suit, and soon so many governments would start collapsing. What we're experiencing now with the cost of living rising is part of the plan for Agenda 2030. They want you to own nothing and be happy. But in order for you to own nothing, you've got to lose everything. They've got to take everything that you've got. The only way that we can really, truly take down the government is for everybody to stop paying tax, stop paying council tax, everybody cancel all the direct debits, follow suit, get in the town squares, burn your utility bills. If we all do it, what the fuck can they do? Italy are a true inspiration for the whole entire world.
If we all do it, what the fuck can they do? I love this shit. There is an interview going around of Jared Kushner talking about Gaza and the rebuilding of it into this utopia, but not for the Gaza people, for the Jewish people. But yeah, his partner, the guy sitting beside him, I forget his name, but this video is around. His partner starts talking about all these plans that they've had to do this for a long time. And Jared just looks at him like this because you're not supposed to tell people that you plan to blow up Gaza for a long time. Anyway, the video we just saw, right? You have to lose everything, right? In order to own nothing and be happy. This video here kind of explains it. Check it out.
Anyone know where the love of God goes when the waves turn the minutes to hours? The searchers all say they'd have made Whitefish Bay if they put 15 more miles behind her. They might have split up or they might have capsized. They may have broke deep and took water. And all that remains is the faces and the names of the wives and the sons and the daughters. Lake Huron rolls Superior sings in the rooms of her ice water mansion. Old Michigan steams like a young man's dreams. The islands and bays are for sportsmen. And farther below Lake Ontario takes in what Lake Erie can send her. The iron boats go as the mariners all know, with the gales of November remembered.
Wow. So everywhere there's been like damage like that, they're already planning to have some kind of like modern smart city utopia built over the damage. Like, do the people that lost their homes get the property back? No. This is like outright theft. And they're using so much crap to like brainwash all of us that we don't see it. There's so much chaos going on that they have all these plans behind the scenes. Never forget that. Please wake up, everybody. It's already happening. It's been happening. Canada just passed laws now. Social media posts. Thought police. You can't do anything online that the government does not like. And that could be arranged from this to that, depending on their mood, right? Their next ideology they want to support. So that's a pretty broad range of what you can say online that they could consider dangerous. Pretty disgusting. But they're going door to door. They're finding people and they're arresting people for thought. They need the censorship because they want people afraid to speak and they don't want people exposing the truth, right?
Madam Acting President, at Estimates recently, I asked Premier Minns what great political theorist had convinced him that free speech was incompatible with a multicultural society. Premier Minns denied ever making the claim. But within minutes, social media, thanks to Anthony Kalouf, was awash with video of the Premier asserting that, yes, in his mind, free speech was incompatible with multiculturalism. The culmination of all of Premier Minns' laws restricting speech in New South Wales is that we now have laws to unleash the police to door knock over social media posts. The UK passed similar laws a few years ago, and now around 40 people a day are being arrested in the UK over a social media post. So New South Wales, thanks to Ho Chi Minh's, now has the same laws, but the door knocking is yet to commence. Why is that? Well, the police need to be trained up, and that's what's happening. On the 25th of February this year, Premier Minns announced a new Armed Response Command. This has 250 police officers plus 28 admin staff. Not 25, 250. It's a rapid response unit to protect against hate-related...
Your tax dollars are going to your own censorship, just so you know. Take it out, put it in crypto, stable coins. Links down below. Earn interest. Way more interest than you would in a bank. Banks are fighting you right now on something called the Clarity Act. Once this passes, you should be allowed to earn interest on your money legally in the system, all regulated. Nobody has to worry about being sued or anything like that. But the banks are fighting to stop that. They don't want you to earn interest on your money. It's the only thing holding you back from making more interest in your life, more money, is the banks right now. Hold your money in crypto, stable coins, which is just the dollar on the blockchain, and you earn like so much interest. There's so much you can do. And there's something called real world assets, and it's being put on the blockchain. So much of it is on the blockchain already. That's just what it says, real world assets, but they're on the blockchain now, not just like the stock market. You can do this, and this is amazing. This is the future. Decentralize. Links below.
Threats. The headline is that these two...
It screws the banks big time. And by the way, if you take your money out of their system, because they make money off of your money, you put that into your own crypto wallet, they can't make the interest themselves no more. It screws the banks. That's why they're fighting so hard. Because if you can have the free option to move your money around where it makes the most money for you, what are you going to choose? Not the banks.
250 officers will police public protests. But how often, Madam Acting President, is there a public protest of note in this state? Maybe once a fortnight. How many turn ugly? Maybe 1 in 20. Okay, so 3 to 4 times a year at most, these police are going to restore order at a protest. That's good. But what are they going to be doing for the 99% of the time? Sitting around twiddling their thumbs? I don't think so. Premier Minns has described it as a 24/7 intelligence-led unit, which is code for they'll be looking at social media all day. And when someone has met some threshold, some vague threshold under the new laws, then the rapid response team will go door knocking. Adding to my fear, Madam Acting President, is the Premier's statement recently that a delegation of New South Wales police was sent to Britain and Germany to learn, quote, best practice in anti-hate policing. The UK and Germany, Madam Acting President, are the examples of worst practice policing. There's been over 10,000 arrests a year in the UK since these laws were passed. Few turn into convictions, so firstly it's a huge waste of resources, and worst of all it's creating a climate of fear of the government. Madam Acting President, I hope I'm wrong. I hope the door knocks...
No. I don't think that's what we fear. Honestly, if we look in our hearts, we fear what we may have to become to defend ourselves from our government. That's what we fear.
Haven't yet commenced, and I hope that they never will, but I hope that there's a groundswell against it. But I want to talk about what to do when someone has police turn up at their home because of a social media post. These door knocks typically happen in the morning to catch you half asleep and off guard. In the heat of the moment, you will be rattled, and everything inside you will want to speak to explain context or intent. You will likely be convinced of your innocence and want to plead your case. Any good criminal defence lawyer will plead with you. Remain silent. The police want to charge you. They love it when you talk. The more you talk, the more evidence they have. So confirm your name, be polite, do not raise your voice, do not argue. And do not let them inside. If they insist, ask to see a search warrant. If there's no search warrant, calmly say, I do not consent to you entering my property. If they have a search warrant, cooperate. And if they want to know where your device is, show them, but don't say anything more. They'll pepper you with questions about your social media posts, you should say, I am exercising my right to silence and I want to speak to a lawyer before further discussion. You are fully within your rights to record the interaction on your phone, and I encourage you to do so. The police will likely say, put that phone down. If they do, ask, am I legally required to do so? If it's just a door knock, they will confirm you are permitted to video them. The police do have to answer if you ask them, am I under arrest or am I free to go? If you are under arrest, unlikely for a social media post, it's all about intimidation and fear, but it's not impossible, then you'll have to go to the police station with them. You should be polite and cooperative, so they'll likely not handcuff you. If you are not under arrest, you can wrap things up there and then and wish them a good day. They will often try and appear friendly and even on your side and invite you to the police station for a chit-chat to clear things up.
Yeah.
If they have confirmed you are not under arrest, then you should politely say, no, I'm not obligated to go and I want to speak to my solicitor. Even if they have indicated that this is the end of the matter, you should phone a solicitor. If you don't know one and you don't have the money, phone legal aid. Now, it is heartbreaking that it has come to this, Madam Acting President, but I am confident that this dark period of government censorship is a phase we are going through, and we will come out of it at the other end with a rebirth in cherishing our God-given right to free speech.
Ooh.
Who's that?
Oh, this show. I've always wanted to watch this show.
Who is it?
Go to your room.
Why?
Go to your room, please.
Afternoon, sir. Are you Ray Shoesmith?
I don't answer questions. Can I help you?
We're looking for a Ray Shoesmith. Does he live here?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, is there somebody here who can answer questions?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, I don't really know how to respond to that, sir.
We just spoke to a woman by the name of Petra Jenkins. She says you threatened her and tried to menace her.
Did she?
Yeah. You got anything you want to say about that?
I don't answer questions.
Would you mind telling us why?
I don't answer questions.
Okay.
See ya.
We'll come back later.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Friendly chat.
It's just weird.
Oh my god. This show, I've been dying to check out this show. I forget the name of it, but man, it looks so good. Alright, I'll end off with this video here. Like, subscribe, definitely share. But Canada, man, they won the Emergencies Act that Trudeau put into place to like stifle the people and to break up the protest of the trucker convoy. That got ruled in court that what he did was against the law. So the trucker convoy was allowed to do what they were supposed to be doing. The government, instead of taking its loss, appealed it. I think they lost, and I think they're appealing it again. And this girl sums it up perfectly. Why would they keep appealing a choice that they lost on once or twice already? Why? So they can put the Emergency Act in a future date without any backlash from it. They can just do it with their power and control, right? That's why they're pushing so hard to make sure that they can do this again.
Well, it is starting to look like the federal government just cannot take a loss. They've already had court rulings push back on their use of the Emergencies Act, saying that it was unlawful. And instead of stepping back, they are appealing right down to the last possible day. So you have to ask, what is the goal here? I mean, let's be honest, both you and I and the government know that what they did was wrong. So I don't think that this is about what happened back then. I think it's about what they are allowed to do next. Because if those rulings stand, that puts a real limit on how they can use those kind of powers in the future. But if they win, that line moves. And the reality is that people are at their breaking point. So many people lost their businesses during COVID. They never fully recovered, and now they're in an even harder situation financially. There are businesses right now barely hanging on. So what would another situation like that do to them? A lot of us are awake now. We saw the overreach, we saw the mandates, and we know that a lot of what we were told just wasn't the truth. We aren't the ones that are calling the shots. They are. And that is exactly why it better be an actual true emergency. Because if we ever were to face something like a major infrastructure issue, an energy triage, or a total grid failure, and they decide that the only way to fix it is with these extraordinary powers, who is going to be left to say no? If they get the Supreme Court to move that line, they aren't just winning a case, they are getting a blank check for the future. And that is why this appeal should have more people paying attention. It's not just about the past, it's about making sure that the no stays in the law. And I mean, it also would help to like make sure that the judges are vetted and it's not compromised or, you know, one of those floor crosser situations. But that's just my own personal opinion for entertainment purposes only. Okay, bye.